Absolutely amazing, Rwanda. You're talking about second chances. No, there are people who fail their matric and some don't get good results to get into varsity and they don't know what's the next step to take. Well, as EKSE, we've got your backs covered. To be joined by Youth Capital and of course Ukanya Foundation works closely with young people, giving them second chances. If you need a third chance, maybe they can give you, but they will tell us more about the amazing second chance matric program that they have for all matrics out there. If you're currently doing matric and you're worried, but if you fail, you can get a second chance. We've got Usis Letiwe, Usandiswa, Michaela, and of course Emihle, who want to tell us more about this incredible work that they are currently doing. Guys, welcome to EKSE.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us. We're so happy to be here.
Sis Letiwe, you're from Youth. You're from Youth Capital, right? Tell us about Youth Capital. What is the foundation all about?
So Youth Capital is a youth-led campaign with an action plan that seeks to address youth unemployment. This action plan came about after we spoke to many young people across the country, asking them about the experience of looking for work. And we realized that the journey towards you getting your first job has many obstacles along the way, from you know what you experience in school to when you're done with school trying to get your first job to then when you start working. So the action plan has 3 focus areas: education, transition, and jobs, because the journey of a young person is quite a long one to them getting their first job. And I'm so happy to be joined by Ukanya Foundation, because they work with young people, helping them to be prepared for their second chance matric. So I'm actually going to pass the mic over to Sandy so she can tell you more about Ukanya Foundation. But man, we as a campaign, we're glad that such organizations exist because support is needed by young people, and they provide exactly that.
Sandy, so
We need to
please
get
talk
you
to
guys
us.
out there.
Literally, what is the support that you're giving to young people who are wanting to have a second chance?
Ukanya Foundation is a second chance program, non-profit organization. We are based at Philippi Village. And what we do, the foundation was formed in 2019, January, after looking at the number of young people who fail matric. And the question that I had before starting the organization was that what happens to the lot of young people who fail matric, and how does that impact youth unemployment? So I started the Second Chance program, where we have young people from disadvantaged communities of Cape Town. We are based in Cape Town, in Philippi. Where we give them the second chance by providing them academic support. We provide them self-development support, because remember they failed matric, so they lost hope and they lost confidence in themselves because they feel ashamed and
I'm
disappointed.
So sorry, I'm going to have to cut you, but right after the break you'll continue this amazing question. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to take a quick ad break, and darlings, we will see you after this.
Catch us live on your TV screen.
Yes, welcome back to the biggest, baddest, and the most hip and happening youth show in the motherland. This is Cape Town TV's flagship show, the #1 youth show in the motherland. Dial us on 021-448-0448 to be part of the conversation. Speaking of conversations, some secrets, Snallo, should be taken to the grave.
Like,
do you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that. That's why it's called secret. You die with them. That's why they're called secret.
Well, if you want to know more about grave secrets and you were watching Izolo, Ububele Kheche was here to promote his book. We asked a question on Facebook, what is his favorite author? And if you think you got that answer during his interview, you let us know. It's EKSE Live on Facebook, EKSE_Live, both on Twitter and Instagram. Right now, we're talking second chances. Before we go to our panel, we're going to ask Angie Muchecha Uguti. What a guan. Lady of the Department of Education. Yes.
Machoba, and today I have the utmost pleasure of sitting with the Minister of Basic Education, Mama Angie Mutsecha, and today she will help unpack the Second Chance program, which is targeted at those young people who never had the opportunity to sit down for their national certificate. Mama, let me welcome you on the program, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Firstly, Kasqale Kabanzi about the Second Chance program. Ingandoni kanyikanye.
You know, Second Chance program sayiqala ngoba besifuna ukuncedisa abantwana abafumene supplementary exams because sasibona ukuba noma bephiwe i-chance ukuthi babhale ngoMarch abezi ngobuninzi abazileyo abazilungisa ngokweneleyo sathi mhlawumbe ikhona ingxaki ekhona masifumane indlela nje yokubanceda babazilungisele ii-exams. So masesihamba siya kwi-community siyopapasha or siyoxelela abantu just to market i-program kwafumaniseka ukuthi abaninzi ke nabangahafu benza i-supplementary exams abantu abatsha abafuna ithuba lesibini lokubhala imatric yabo ngabantwana abaphuma bafeyila kudala nyana mhlawumbe bafuna i-second chance ngabantwana mhlawumbe abamodularizayo babhala 3 bayifuna uncedo. So idlule the supplementary exam seyiprogram ngoku encedisa abantu abatsha kakhulu nabadala kodwa nxa befuna ukubhala imatric yabo abafuna ithuba lesibini or i-opportunity yesibini yokuthi bancediswe ukuthi bathole i-national senior certificate yabo. So that's what the second chance program. It's your second chance to really get your national senior certificate.
Welcome back. This is EKSE in Cape Town. We just saw Minister of Basic Education, Umamu Enji, talking all things Second Chance Matric program, which is currently what we are talking about right now on the show. Remember, you can become part of the conversation on Twitter, @EKSE_live, and of course on Facebook, @EKSE Live. # Talk Thursdays. We've just heard Umama talk about the second Chance Matric program, explaining to us what is it all about. How accessible is that to each and every child, whether you stay in the suburbs, townships, or rural areas?
It's unfortunately not as accessible. So what happens is that you have to register to rewrite your matric, right? And just to explain something before we continue, when you talk about the Second Chance program, we are referring to two groups of people. We're referring to those that are pursuing their national senior certificate, and these are young people who just matriculated recently and are under the age of 21. And then we're also talking about people who are older than the age of 21 who want to get their senior certificate. So with the registration, those that want the national senior certificate have to go to the district office. So the registration has closed, unfortunately, but they had to go to register at the district office, and those wanting to rewrite for their senior certificate had to go online and register. And unfortunately, it was not an easy process. And I'm sure Sandiso can expand on how difficult the process is to register. And imagine a young person, therefore, in a rural community that lives not too close to the district office, and therefore has to travel a long distance in order to go to the district office and register. So to your point about accessibility, it's not as accessible, and I know Sandiso can add a bit more to that.
Yeah, before that we still to know.
Yeah, it's not accessible, especially for the disadvantaged communities. The second chance that she's talking about is that you have a second chance to go and register to rewrite. After you have registered to rewrite, you are on your own.
What?
You are not you are not at school. You are on your own. You don't have the support of tutoring support. You don't go to classes. You don't have emotional or psychosocial psychological support as a person who have failed the grade. So Ukanyok Foundation comes and gives that support, that we walk the journey with you. We give you the academic support. We give you the emotional support that you need to continue and to have your confidence back that you lost throughout the process of failing the matric. And the support that the young people need when they register for a second chance, it's not only academic support. It's beyond academic support, because their reasons for failing are not only academic.
Absolutely.
They are not academic, so we need to look at it as a whole, not only academic support. So, yeah.
You had the privilege of having a second chance. How did you go about doing it, and how did it pan out?
Well, me, I heard about the second chance program through a friend of mine who introduced me to Umam Sendi. At that time, I lost hope, because when I showed my mom my report, and I was trying to assure her that it's not the end of the world, but she was so disappointed in me that I started doubting myself too. So when I met Umam Sendi, she told me that everything is going to be all right. She showed me that it's not the end of the world. Even though you don't have your family support, it's not about them, it's about you. You need to get out there and start searching for your goals and start reaching out for your future, you see. So when I met Mom Sandy, one night was needed through self-development classes and things like that, and tutoring, and helps me with a transport money and e-tutoring and everything.
I'm glad that he touches on that. I'm glad that you said that's where you guys come in. You've mentioned education, transition, and jobs. I think what's missing is the transition from education to jobs. And I'm glad that we have foundations like yours that comes in and help young people. Michaela, how has been the experience, Yako, when it comes to improving your marks as previously someone who's done Matric and now trying to improve?
Well, I would say my experience has been very tough before. When I failed my Matric in 2017. It has broken me down emotionally and physically as a person. I started having this thought in my mind, thinking that what are my parents going to say? Are they going to judge me based on me not studying hard enough or me just being lazy at school? And then from that point onwards, I was introduced to Usi Sandy, who told me that they are running this program, Ukanyo Foundation. And then she told me that they do a second program chance for children who wants to upgrade their Matric marks. And from that stage onwards, I just spoke to Susani and told Susani I would like to do this program and give myself a second chance. And when we did our Matric, I just felt like, am I really going to give myself a second chance? Am I giving up now? I sat down and I thought to myself, where I was before, I'm not going to look back to that stage. I'm going to put a step forward and tell myself, go for it.
And look at you now. On TV, talking about your experience.
Sandy, I want to find out, because abanye bantu bazokonqena uyo rewriter because of misconceptions. What are those misconceptions that we need to dehumanize, like when it comes to second chances?
One of them is that you failed Matric because you are not capable enough, or you're not intelligent enough. So that's one of the big misconceptions. As Emihle was saying, Emihle failed Matric, but he is a very, very smart boy. And if he didn't have the second chance, he would not have passed Matric. So we judge them. The community judges them, their family, as family. We don't give them the support that they require. And at home, there's no safe space for them to be vulnerable and to express how they're feeling and the kind of support they need. And yeah, we judge them and we think that they're not good enough and they can't be successful in life.
Judging people must fall. Let's use that hashtag. Ladies and gentlemen, Youth Capital is in the building. Ukamyo Foundation, Amy Foundation, Ikamva Youth, as well as, what's the other one that I just missed?
Ikamva, we've mentioned all of them.
Okay, cool, good enough. We're going to take a quick ad break. When we return, there's more to talk about right here on EKSE. So don't you go anywhere. Hashtag Talk This Day. This is EKSE Live.
CTV Femin. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Every day of the week. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
For a full-blown hour,
yes,
you get to get here, you get educated, you get information, you get entertainment. If you miss that in the afternoon, you can hop on your television between the hours of 8 and 9 and catch the repeat. And if you get data and Wi-Fi, we're available on YouTube, EKSE, on Cape Town TV. If you just joined us, well, it's that time of the show we talk unemployment in South Africa.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's say, for example, you did go rewrite your Matric, and then, you know, you're pasa. You go to college, we're living large, we're passing, we're getting good degrees, we're having education, and then you find out in South Africa, there's a 32% of youth, unemployment. And then out of that 32% is 55% that is the youth.
Yeah.
Now that is jarring.
You know why? Because you're going to pass maybe university, and then they'll be like, EP experience, come on, I've been studying for the past 4 years, for the past 7 years. What do you expect me to get the experience? And then, from an experience, do you have your own car?
Do you have this, do you have that?
You don't have your own car.
Keeps rising.
And then you get a car,
polo.
What do you want from us? Hey, no.
There's so many things that are going. Right now, we're going to tackle the very big conversation, which is all about youth unemployment. Ladies and gentlemen, for our viewers who don't know, let's say This is my first time tuning in. This is the first time I'm hearing about youth unemployment. In a simple sentence, what is youth unemployment?
We can go to the back. Welcome to the show. Take a microphone. Let us know. What's your opinion? She's got. We are live. We cannot cut. We need people to speak.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah.
So I see mostly youth unemployment as mostly the South Africans that do not have something that is an income or something that will complement their family to make a living. I think you've just mentioned quite a very important stats in the around the number of youths that are not employed within the country. I think currently we are sitting to over a quarter of South Africans that are unemployed. That's over 16 million people within this country that are without a job. So we should definitely have sleepless nights.
Yeah. I agree with that. And speaking of sleepless nights, what are some of the things that we can do? I mean, you guys are part of great, amazing organizations. What is it that we are doing and stepping forward to making sure that we hold ourselves accountable to being able to bridge this gap, which is youth unemployment? Not to say that it's our fault, though, because government, where you at? But what are some of the things that we can do to make sure that we're moving this country forward?
So, as you know, in South Africa, whether you graduate or matriculate, you're still going to be unemployed. So, most people are not academically strong. So, what we can do is that we can maybe have a skill school that can help them with the hands or stuff that doesn't require, you know, good marks and stuff like that. And, I think that's something that we should work on before moving on to anything else, because once people have that experience, they can take that and apply it in the workplace.
Ulwandile was like, government, where you at? And then no government, I'll shut up, I'm giving you 350 every month. Is that enough? Because government, you are subsidized and go. You can go to the ATM of money, 350. Is that the solution?
Honestly speaking, I don't think 350 is enough for anybody. I mean, it doesn't even cover toiletries. 350, we need more than that. Even like, it's not our fault to be CB unemployed. It's government's fault. It's not like la 350 leyana like a situation funds from government because we are unemployment. Why? Because of them baleka opportunities employed. That's why sometimes abantu befumana opportunities overseas and they go overseas to these opportunities only to find out by isi scam yonke lento. And sometimes during this coronavirus there were people stuck in China in the airport. Airports borders it's not our fault. We are qualified for jobs, we are qualified but asinikwa opportunities government is best team says on.
That's actually tying into my next question, because I was just about to ask, what is causing such a huge gap in unemployment? Because the people claim to be making more jobs, people are claiming to be entrepreneurs, opening businesses, a government is claiming to be giving money to people to start these businesses. What is making this gap go huger and huger? Because 5 years ago it wasn't this big, but now it's getting huger. Is it because everyone's getting educated, so therefore there are more people to get jobs, or is the government not creating enough jobs for us to be able to sustain them?
If I may just jump in.
Of course.
I think it's always an issue of supply and demand. So there's a lot of young people, so in other words, on the supply side of things, there are many young people, but on the demand side, in terms of jobs, there aren't many jobs. So, it looks great, the gap looks wider now because
more people are studying, more education.
There are more people, but there are less jobs, right? So that contrast is there. And just to the point about, it's not enough, especially when you think about how much it costs young people
to get an education.
One of the calls to action that is in one of the calls to action in the action plan is make job seeking affordable.
Microphone. Will you stop your microphone about you?
Okay. Sorry about that, but to be brief without wasting time, the point I was making is that it's an issue of supply and demand, right? And then in terms of imali, it costs a lot to look for savings. It costs about 938 rand to look for work. That is a combination of how much it costs transport-wise. That's a combination of how much it costs to print a CV, to email a CV. So government needs to be mindful of the expenses of young people when they're looking for work, when they create opportunities for them.
So government is shorter and like 600
It's not even enough. After that, you still have to go home and live for that month.
roll on.
Yo,
In fact, it's at 2,000.
Yes.
In fact,
no, but also let's talk about that. There's another jarring fact about the government where, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you received, between that period of COVID-19, people were getting 350 for a relief fund. But if you receive that 350, apparently you no longer qualify for NSFAS funding. Did you guys know that? And how jarring is that you got 350 for 3 months, and then after that, now NSFAS cannot pay to fund your education if you want to go to college in order to get better chances to get a job. What do you guys think about that? What are your views?
It's so unfair.
Remember, it's unemployed.
Yeah.
So I think it's very unfair, like at deny education game 350. Like 350 akuphi ne textbook e1 phayana. So ke ngoku and yazi ba why kuzoba njalo. And it was so unfair. Unfair.
Because also you didn't tell me when I was applying for that 350. I just thought I needed to survive these 3 months. And then after you dropped this amazing fact to me, even if you wanted to study with NSFAS, doll, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, Kenan, we only have 2 minutes before we go to an air break. As e-youth arise, what have you found that a common thread of unemployment? What can unemployment lead to a young person doing?
Yeah.
Well, in my community, unemployment can lead to a lot of things. The brutal fact is that unemployment also leads to crime. Nobody wants to say it or to understand it, but it's true. And it's not just crime. It's leading to drugs as well.
Yeah.
It's leading to families and homes being broken. So if as Michelle said earlier on, if it's possible for there to be more skilled schools that is made available, because you go out of Matric and now you require experience, which is what you don't have. But with skilled schools, they don't just focus on academic-wise, they focus on what you do with your hands as well.
Yeah.
So after school, they can send you to companies that does what you were doing with your hands to help you and implement that what you learned.
Yo, I love that, and I feel like this conversation definitely needs to continue and move on forward, so make sure you stay on the show. But if you feel like you actually have more views than what our guests here in the studio have told us, remember the hashtag to use is Talk Thursday. Let us know how you're feeling. If you are suffering from, let's say you don't have a job, or maybe you're thinking, whoa, this Matric part, I really do want to go back. Let us know what your questions are, and we will answer them after this.
Yes, don't go anywhere. EKSE Live will be returning. Snallo is still in the building.
Yeah.
Emi Foundation is in the building.
Yeah.
Ikamva Youth, we're still chatting with the Youth Capital, Ukhanyo Foundation, and many, many more. So you do not want to miss a second, I mean it, a second of this beautiful episode of EKSE Live. Ladies and gentlemen, Siabi?
Siabi at break.
Go wash your hands, sanitize, call a friend, say EKSE Yadana.
CTV family, live on your TV screens.
Definitely catch us live on your TV screens. I love the fact that they always clap when you come back. It makes me feel so special.
It makes me feel like Oprah, guys.
Definitely, this is EKSE right here on Cape Town TV. We're still talking all things hashtag youth unemployment. As Rwanda Bechilukuti, 32% of this nation is unemployed, and 55% of that is, of course, young people. What is this country doing wrong? Where are we going as a nation? We want your views as well. You can have your say right now on Twitter at EKSE_live and Facebook, EKSE Live, hashtag Talk Thursdays.
Ladies and gentlemen, some people who are making a difference in this world are titled the Amy Foundation, and Ngobile as well as Trudy from the Amy Foundation are in the building today. They're going to be talking to us about what they're actually doing to make sure that youth unemployment and helping of people just move on generally with their lives, to make sure that we advance this beautiful nation that is South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Amy Foundation. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What is it that you guys do?
So the Amy Foundation is based out in Saybrown Park, Athlone. So we're a skills development school. So we run a youth skills development program in various disciplines.
Yeah.
So you want me just to cover that?
Yeah.
So we offer skills training in sewing and design.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Hold on for this one.
Oh, okay.
Beauty and wellness.
Oh.
Hospitality, as well as we do technical skills.
Yeah.
So all our skills is really what the market is asking for. And it's very much geared to entrepreneurship. Face it, there's not enough jobs to go around. So we respond to all unemployed youth that lives either in the Athlone area or the greater in the township community, because we have to offer transport. The youth, they don't have money to travel to our facility.
That's true.
So it has to be a holistic approach. And that's the reality. So over and above that, we offer soft skills training. So when we work with our youth, we also gear them up for the place of work. You know, interview skills, workplace etiquette, and also if we have some youth that show promise to open up their own business, we also offer business skills training, entrepreneurship. So we're very proud of our program. We started out in 2014, 2015, 40 learners for the year, and now hopefully this year we're hoping to put 400 learners through our program. It's for 3 months, so we recruit 4 times a year, and we're in our second quarter. We had to start off very slowly this year due to COVID-19, and because of social distance, etc. So that was a challenge that we had to face, but we are gearing to go. We are recruiting aggressively because the demand is out there.
Absolutely.
So,
and you guys are absolutely doing great. And now I've got this question. If there's foundations like you guys, foundation like IKAMVA, foundation like Youth Capital, and you guys are offering these skills. People are educated, people have matrics. Why are people still unemployed? With all these skills that you guys offer, with all these programs that they are there, what is happening in this country? Why are people still unemployed?
Well, COVID happened, that's the reality, and they can, you know what the state of the economy is right now. If you look at our hospitality program, Lodiko has done it with us. You know, with tourism, the hotel industry, there's not enough jobs. So like I said earlier, for instance, if you run in our beauty program, we encourage you to start with a small beauty kit, and we start with mani-pedis. So with that little kit, you can actually start working on your neighbors, on your community, and earn a bit of income. So we also work with development partners, and we're always looking to partner up with corporates and with business to get the jobs. So our approach is very, like I said, holistic. We don't just do the skills training and leave our learners. We've got a database of over 1,500 learners, alumni, that we monitor and track to see what they're doing. We are interested. So it's important that we give them the necessary support, the necessary counseling, the necessary skills, the necessary, you know, that phone call, say, how are you doing? You finished, you finished sewing and design. Have you produced anything to earn an income? If there's an opportunity, we try and link them up. We set them up for interviews. So it's an ongoing relationship.
Which is more than just academic. It's more like psychological, physical, and of course emotional support that everyone needs.
Yeah, I love that. And then Ngobile, I just want to speak to you really quickly. What is your role in this beautiful organization, and why do you encourage that people join it?
I was once a student at the AIM Foundation. I joined in October 2018. I did beauty therapy. So now
we can tell. We can tell, honey.
Thank you. So at the foundation, I was taught from scratch how to apply nail polish and everything, to massage everything, and it's for free. And the thing is, they encourage you to start your own business. So now I'm currently running my own business from home. I'm also mobile. So it's been an amazing journey for me at the foundation, and I'm still part of the foundation as well, because I'm doing entrepreneurship as well, because they continue.
I love
with
that.
us.
It's not just one thing, it's literally
it's literally a step of thing. And we've also got like Skirent, who's currently doing Matric, writing her Matric, and will be writing soon. Mugelo, right? Let's talk about, do you think the basic, because sometimes when you go apply for work, they say, what you guys learn at school is not enough, we need people who are more skilled, blah, blah, blah. Do you think the basic Department of Education is giving you guys enough support, and the curriculum that you guys are doing is, of course, enough for you to get into varsity or get a job when you're done with Matric?
Okay, so the thing is, no matter how well educated you are, unemployment will still remain a thing. Nepotism is one of the major challenges that we're facing. One of the major challenges that contributes to unemployment. We find that nowadays, there are people in well-paid jobs, not because they qualified, but just simply because they know someone who knows someone. So if you are nobody and you don't know anyone who's in a position of authority or power, then your chances of getting a job are very slim.
And does that scare you? Does that scare you that this is how this country is operating?
Especially she's doing grade 11. She's like,
so you go Matric, then you're going to have to go get your degree. You're probably going to bag it, and then after that you might not have a job because I was motorized. Does that scare you?
Scares me a lot because you have to know someone in order to get the job. Even if you have studied hard and you want to improve your home and you went to do the degree and you were very clever for it and you got good marks, but then when it's time for you to go and apply for a job, they want requirements. You have to know someone who's the CEO of that company. Then you don't have. And another thing that is a very challenging in unemployment is that since we know we are in the 4th industrial revolution, and then machines now and technology are the new norm. So which in the industries there is no job, they have to retrench people, of which that thing is not a good. So that also, the technology also increasing the rate of unemployment.
You touch on something now, which is the 4th industrial revolution, which means we need new skills. We need to be taught new skills. Putwam, what are some of the skills that you think as young people we need in this day and time? So that's business, too much with government and big corporate companies.
Okay. So first of all, when you talk of unemployment, the word unemployment simply, I'll break it down as you've been educated, which means whatever skills you've attained from school, they are supposed to be employed in making an income for yourself. So now we're at a point where kids are learning, but they're not learning anything that can be applied in the world.
That's good.
So what she said about the 4th revolution is even now people are being retrenched because a job that could be done by 5 people is now done by 1 person with a computer. An accountant, you don't need to be an accountant. You can just be a data capturer and the computer will do the balance sheet and all. So now we need to get all our learners already well versed with technology, computer, softwares, systems and all, so that even when they finish, they are able to just go on their own.
I love that. Speaking of going on their own, do you feel like you'd be ready to just go on your own with the entrepreneur skills that you're learning in this day and age?
For me personally, I believe that it's time to pivot. It's time to change. If you don't change, change will change you. So I believe that now that we're living in this new world, you need to know that, okay, since there is not enough jobs going around, you need to know that, okay, what am I actually going to venture into? Starting a business is a great idea for yourself, although at first it might be hard. You might not be making the profits that you're looking for, but eventually, when time goes by, it will grow. Even at with the skills that we learned from the Amy Foundation, it's entrepreneurial skills whereby they groom us to becoming entrepreneurs. And now that we're living in time of technology, we need to know how to use it to our own advantage. To be honest with you,
to be honest with you, we'll carry that endlessly after the break because time is so rough.
Technology.
It will catch you while you're
trying to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hop on our socials and let us know. The hashtag is Talk Thursday. If you have any more opinions you'd like to know about, but we'll be back right after this very incredible short break.
There's technology.
Right there.
CTV family, catch us live on your TV screens.
Welcome back to the last segment of hashtag Talk Thursday. If Santos ngenela nje shame banana ukobeleni.
But no, it's not over. It's not over though. They can still catch us tomorrow from 8 to 9.
And remember, tomorrow is a Friday. See a groover. But abantu employed. Hence, we're tackling the unemployment issue today. Before we went to an ad break, 4IR interrupted Luniko. So there was a sentence that you wanted to finish off, so we'll allow that before we move on to the next.
Yes, sir.
Now that we're living in times of technology, right?
Yeah.
We understand that there's this growing industry of
self-educating yourself, self-educating yourself about this new emerging world that we're living in, and it's important to be aware of it.
Okay,
as soon as we
Thank you.
Oh, we shame. You can carry on.
We need to understand. Basically, we need to surf the wave because now we're living in a new world and we cannot change it.
Yeah.
If we don't change ourselves,
yeah,
it will change us.
Yeah.
People will take choices based on the choices that you're not making for yourself.
Yeah.
So that means that unemployment is not going to change anytime soon. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
So what we can do is be entrepreneurs.
Yes, basically.
Yeah. Okay. And something that I actually wanted to find out about is what is the change moving forward? Are we saying, hey, yay? What if I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur? What if I actually just want to go work a 9 to 5?
TV presenter.
Yes. What then? What then? Are we saying the government, hey, open up more jobs, but they're not going to do that because we know them. So what else can we do?
I think.
Microphone. Yeah.
I think we need to then support small businesses, SMEs that can then employ young people who work 9 to 5. So, and also what we can do is that we can help young people with reference letters so they can stand a better chance to get that 9 to 5. Yeah. Because as was said earlier, you know, what happens if you don't know someone, you know, how to get your foot in the door. But you can get your foot in the door by simply asking a really good reference letter from where you're volunteering. So you can volunteer, and once you're done volunteering, get a reference letter. So when you apply for a 9 to 5, they really see that this young person is the right kind of person. They work hard, they're resilient because of what they've done when they were volunteering.
Yeah. Jamie, what does e-youth Arise do change and shape the community for a better tomorrow?
Yes.
So I'm a part of Youth Arise, and I've learned that Youth Arise is an NGO that tackles community issues that youth are not happy about, because we can live in a community and we can see things, but what are we going to do? Are we going to stand there and just see it happen? Yeah. Or we as youth are going to stand up and do something? So we have different branches. We have one in Kailicha and so forth. But the one in Lotus River, we're doing a cleaning up project. We took it upon our own hands because the roads and stuff is not that great there, and it's people are getting sick of it. So we are taking it ourselves to do a cleaning up project. We want to do a soup kitchen as well, and there are many things that we want to do, but due to COVID, we had to keep certain things aside because of COVID things.
Yeah, I like that you touched COVID because there's something fishy here. Yeah. It's over 50,000 people that have passed on due to COVID-19. May everybody's soul in peace. But Ababantu, I'm thinking they were once employed, so the 50,000 spaces, like who took their jobs?
Yeah.
But that's just my question.
Yeah. Also, usebenza closely. Also mentioning that young people need to, knock on those doors, volunteer. I feel like we are the most high-skilled generation of all times. We volunteer, we study.
Yeah.
Is volunteering enough as young people? Because I feel like we do that every day. I see young people working for free, guys, because they want skills.
And these internships that don't pay.
That don't pay. Is that enough going to a store and be a volunteer, or going to a program and be a volunteer?
I can't say it's really enough, because sometimes even if you volunteer, sometimes you volunteer do everything that you need to do. Like if you want a job, like for instance, I'm currently a student and I've never worked before, and I'm thinking that if I want to look for a job, I must have experience. So what I do is I tutor at EKSE Youth. Then I have that tutoring skills as a reference for hours. There is something I'm doing currently, but I don't think volunteering is enough. Sometimes they'll just look at your CV, okay, you volunteer, and then they're like, what else? What other skills do you have? Like, I don't think volunteering is really enough science.
So what is enough?
What is enough, guys?
What
Like,
Employment,
employment.
I don't know if it's enough.
Yes, truly, but how? From where? Those are the solutions
Go for it.
moving
Go for
forward.
it.
Anyone go for
Oh,
it?
yes. I think I want us to take us to a bit on the side. You know, as South Africans, we are very reactive mostly. And we need to start considering the proactive approach, which is start cleaning up the systems, the process and procedures. We've got 50% of learners that do not make it to grade 12. We've got 80% of South African schools that are dysfunctional. Our education system was ranked the 75th out of 76 countries. So how are we proactive about that? And that's hence we were ranked the 75th out of 76. So definitely, but that's not my point. I'm not here to lament, and I'm about the solutions. That's hence our approach as Igamba Youth. Ours is to make sure that we start with the learners while they are still at the high school level. And then we give them with mechanism and tools that will make them to cope within such unstable structures, within such dysfunctional schools. And we make them pass Matric. And they don't only just pass Matric, we set them into post-school opportunities that will put them into path that is with the dignified living. We bring in people such as that one that would say, ours within this community, this is how I've survived and I've managed to pass my Matric. And then now I'm the third year student at CPUT. This is how I did it. And you can also do it. So that's the actual system and the culture that we need within ourselves and our people, and not take the blame and pinpoint government and so forth and all that stuff.
Sandy, I'm sure that there's a lot that you want to do for the community, but e-community, it needs isbaninzi, and you cannot help everybody with e-resources. What can the rest of us do to assist EUF?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to first touch on volunteering. I said I give academic support. That means that I need tutors to volunteer their time to come and tutor my students, because I'm not a teacher. I know nothing about grade 12 curriculum. But for them to come and volunteer at Ukanya Foundation, they need transport money to get there. The volunteers, which is the tutors. The learners themselves, for them to attend the classes, they don't have taxi fare to arrive there. I also said I do self-development. I partner with organizations that are giving skills, that are doing the sessions. We need money to do all those things. And also, we also give them like basic skills, like the ME Foundation that is giving. If you're giving them training, for you to make sure that they pitch on the day, they need money to arrive there. We need resources. They don't have textbooks. You know, when you fail your Matric, you go back to school, you will return all your textbooks and everything. Then you are on your own. You have no resources. You have no textbooks to study. So we must buy them textbooks. So I'm running Ukanyo out of my own pocket and my networks. I have no funding whatsoever. So we need resources to be sustainable, and also to reach more young people so that they don't fail for the rest of their lives when they fail Matric.
Wonderful. Wow. Very fast and quick, if we can say this in 10 seconds, how do people join the Youth Capital?
So you can send a WhatsApp to our WhatsApp number, which is 083 973 6642. 083 973 double
something. I heard that.
6642.
ME Foundation, how do we get in contact?
Thanks for asking. We're on all platforms, but best probably through our website, amyfoundation.co.za. We got application forms on site. All information on all our programs is on our website. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We're on all platforms.
Every corner, Amy Foundation.
You will find us.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like this was too quick, worry not, because we're going to be profiling each and every organization that was here individually. So if you feel like how Malwandile, you didn't cover enough, don't worry, they're going to have a whole episode to themselves, okay?
You've got your back.
Okay.
Yes, now we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Goodbye. Thank